শূন্য দিবা কত স্টার দিচ্ছে গ্যাসের মাথা কথা Learned friends, senior members of Bangladesh Supreme Court Bar Association, my humble request to all the learned members of Supreme Court Bar Association is that I have been contesting here in the Bangladesh Supreme Court Bar Association election as an assistant secretary. My ballot number is 1. I think and strongly believe that you all will certainly show your support, sympathy and cast your ballot vote in my ballot number. So that I can just win the race of getting excellency in the upcoming Supreme Court Bar Association election. There may have a question that for what is going to happen the candidate here in the upcoming election. No telling to say that the ongoing political situation of Bangladesh is not up to the mark, and the snap and the black snap here in this premises is very often found in every nook and corner of the legal fraternity. We are experiencing and we are just encountering such kind of snap, and that is why it is a kind of protest against such kind of snap, and that's why I have been the candidate here as an independent candidate here in the Supreme Court Bar Association upcoming election. So you know, learned members, you know very well that law as a dignified profession. Law is a very reputed profession. We need to make sure the dignity of our profession so that we can get our working place up to the mark. But every nook and corner of our legal fraternity, we are seeing and we are experiencing from our practical experience that if we go to the section of this court, if we go to the branch officer, then the speed money and everything they are just demanding are not up to the mark from our expectation at all. So to stand against all sorts of evil and devil activity and the corruption activity, my humble appeal to all the learned advocates and senior members of the bar to cast your ballot vote so that I can do something better than those who have been political parties. So my hatred view and my hatred protest to them as they are just using all of us to be the central leader or to be the national leader. Nothing more than that. They are running after making money and they are just using us. They are just keeping their all sorts of things on our shoulder, and they're just trying to use and utilize all the learned advocates in very bad way. That has to be stopped way. Learned friends and senior members of the Bar Association, I am Farhaduddin Ahmed Biyama. My ballot number is 1. I most humbly solicit your ballot vote in my ballot number 1 as an assistant secretary candidate. So if I can be elected by your ballot vote, certainly there is a guarantee of doing something special for all of us, because you all of you know very well that in the last couple of years I have tried to make the things happen here in this premises. I've tried to root out and wash away the terrorists, brokers, middlemen from this premises, and very frankly speaking, my learned friends and senior members of the bar, so it is my commitment that yes, if I can be elected by your ballot vote, so I will try to dedicate my last drop of blood for the greater interest of ensuring the betterment and professional the dignity development of this legal fraternity. So there is no denying fact that every nook and corner of this legal fraternity we find the irregularities. We don't find the spontaneous work of the leaders, and that is my submission to all the learned advocates to cast your ballot number 1. As an assistant secretary, I'm contesting here in this upcoming Supreme Court Bar Association election. One thing I should give more priority here is that inside the Supreme Court Bar Association, there are assorted type of problems we find, and that's why we need to settle and we need to fix up that kind of problems in no time. And if I can be elected, certainly the library will be digitalized and virtual library will be the ultimate commitment of my manifesto actually. So as we learn that advocate must have to go to the library very often and frequently, so we need to educate ourselves in a very well-defined way. We need to deep our concentration on what the legal research and so on. So we cannot ignore the importance of the library at all. Digitalization of the library is a demand of the age, and that's why if I can be elected by your ballot vote, so my concentration will certainly go to develop the library at all, to make sure the availability of different kinds of foreign journals, decisions, statutes, and many other things that are badly needed for all of our professional development and so on. So that's why virtual library can be our ultimate goal, is because nowadays with the rapid development, with the rapid expansion of information technology, we are at the gateway of the information technology, and that's why we need not to disregard the importance of the library digitalization. So we need to keep more concentration on that experience, so that we can make our library digitalized and virtual and so on. So that's the thing, and if I can be elected by you, learned advocates ballot vote, then ultimately I will give more priority on that matter. There is no doubt at all. So it is relevant to point out that the Wi-Fi speed of this bar association is not up to the mark. The way the frequency is fluctuating here in the Supreme Court premises is very detestable, and it is very disturbing, and it is very irritable. And though learned advocates and the members of this bar association are satisfied with such kind of services, we need to accelerate the speed. We need to increase the Mbps, or the speed of that Wi-Fi services, so that we can smoothly and spontaneously complete our work and so on. So the furnitures and the infrastructural development don't shows the actual development. We need to develop our intelligence. We need to develop our legal research. We need to develop our morality. We need to develop our all sorts of inner beauty, so that we can make sure our legal fraternity the very potential place for all the citizens of this country. As a learned advocate of this bar association, as a member of this bar association, I think and strongly believe that this has to be stopped out, those which are going on here every nook and corner of this bar association. We cannot ignore the importance of the dignity of the learned advocate. So what we are doing, we are running after making money. That should not be our ultimate goal at all. So we need to make sure the betterment of the learned advocate. So very recently I have carried out a sort of type of development, I mean the professional development, to work for the learned advocates of this bar association through the judicial process. So learned members of this bar association and senior members of Bangladesh Supreme Court Bar Association, it is a high time to bring to light and focus that the irregularities and the illegal appointment of the Deputy Attorney General and the Assistant Attorney General was challenged by me before the High Court division, and the court was pleased enough, and the court issued Rule 9 and passed an order of direction actually on that connection. So that was one kind of a protest against the irregularities of appointing the law officers, So one thing I must have to bring to light here is that I have also worked out and carried out another thing, that is sought the direction from the High Court division to make sure and to establish and introduce an independent prosecution services commission or independent attorney services commission for appointing the law officers of Bangladesh without having any political and partial view. The court was actually pleased to issue the Rule 9 to show cause as to why the respondent should not be directed to establish an independent prosecution services commission or the independent attorney services commission. So that was my actually achievement, that I have tried to do something a little bit better for the learned advocates. So if the result or the outcome of that petition is absolute in the long run, then certainly the thousands of learned advocates will get the benefit of impartial appointment actually. So country will get the law officers, competent law officers, and the judiciary, the state prosecution will be much more stronger, and the common citizen will get the justice and equity from our judiciary at all. So this would be a milestone for our country's legal fraternity if the Rule rule is made absolute in the coming days. I hope that I will be able to make sure that the rule will be absolute and the Independent Prosecution Services Commission or the Independent Attorney Services Commission will be established here in our country in no time. However, as the matter is pending before the court, I don't want to go for further comments on the matter. Apart from that, learned advocates and senior members of this Bar Association, I would like to draw your kind attention that I have brought another issue to the learned, to the Honorable High Court Division. That is, I have sought direction to the Honorable High Court to pass an order of direction to root out and wash away and to control the reckless movement of the touts, brokers and false advocates and middlemen, those who are just roaming here and there and every nook and corner, every four walls of the legal fraternity and all bar associations of Bangladesh. And the court was pleased after hearing the court Honorable High Court Division issued Rule 9 and passed an order of direction stating that within 60 days such kind of reckless movement of and activities of the touts, brokers and middlemen or the false advocates or the advocates class should have to be eradicated from our legal fraternity and the bar association, all the bar associations of the country. So that was a great achievement, and if I think and strongly believe that if it is executed, then certainly we will get a very, very fair and very, very neat and clean and very, very transparent and working friendly working environment of the court premises here in Bangladesh Supreme Court Bar Association along with other bar associations of the country. So more or less we learned advocates are worried about the uprising and the skyrocketing snap or the reckless movement of the touts and brokers from the in the every nook and corner of this premises. So we should not stop at all. We should stand against such kind of activities so that they cannot just boom and they cannot increase and they cannot just frequently move here and there. So it is our responsibility to protest against all such kind of evil and devil activities of such kind of touts and brokers and so on. So if I can be elected in the upcoming Supreme Court Bar Association election, certainly I can give you the guarantee that inshallah I will try to dedicate my last drop of blood to do something better, more particularly to wash away and root out and to curtail and eradicate the reckless movement of the law of the touts, brokers, middlemen and the false advocates from these premises. So it is mentionable here that the branch officers and the section staffs are now have nowadays been reckless to demand the speed money, to pass order, to type the order, to communicate the order, or any other section related works. So we learned advocates are much more fed up and worried, unirritated, undisgusted, exhausted of their such kind of illegal demand and activities. That has to be stopped in no time. This is not the interest of any individual learned advocates. This is the interest of the common. This is a common interest of learned advocates of this bar association. So why not we are raising the same voice against such kind of activities? It is a matter of question. It is a matter of demand nowadays. So we should have to come forward to stand against such kind of activities in no time, irrespective of political belief, political party, race, religion, or any other things. We need to stand against and we need to come forward to protest against such kind of activity. I think and believe and I hope that the elected committee, upcoming elected committee, including the president and the secretary of the Bar Association, will take the necessary initiative to make sure stopping such kind of activities from the section or the court or the legal fraternity. That should be our ultimate goal. So what is on the learned advocates are casting their ballot vote? No, for nothing. If we do not, if we cannot do something better for the betterment of our legal fraternity, of our bar association, of our profession. So it is the crying need. It is very need. It is the demand of all the learned advocates of this bar association to stop the speed money of BU, bench officer, all the section staffs of the court at all. So it is open secret. It is open secret. Everyone knows about the matter, but they are not the forwarding to take different kind of initiative. So it is a matter of regret, and it is not expected from the leaders of the Apex Court Bar Association at all. So my humble request to all the learned advocates and senior members of this Bar Association is that I think that you will cast your ballot vote to whom those who will be able to withstand all sorts of irregularities and eradicate and root out all sorts of irregularities from this Bar Association. Then the learned advocate will be much more happy, and they will be pleased enough to be stand by with you all the time and down the year and in the next elections also. So if we think that yes, if I can be elected in this election, then I will show our back to the learned advocates, then it will be a matter of great regret, as because learned advocates are much more conscious about their rights, much more conscious about their voting rights, and they will cast their ballot vote to who will be able to preserve the rights of the learned advocates, and will be able to preserve the dignity of the learned advocates and the professionals of this legal fraternity. So my humble submission and my humble appeal to all the learned advocates and the senior members of this Bar Association is that you all will try to cast your ballot vote in my favor. My ballot number is 1. I repeat, my ballot number is 1. I have been contesting here in this election as an assistant secretary. My name is Farhaduddin Ahmed Buye. I repeat, my name is Farhaduddin Ahmed Buye. My ballot serial number is 1. On assistant secretary candidate. So I most humbly appeal to all of you to consider the inner significance of my appeal for getting the vote from your part, as because I have been in the pipeline to work for all of you, and I have tried to bring to light a good number of works, good number of lawyers welfare related works in the last couple of years, and very recently I have worked out a good number of works for the betterment of the learned advocate. So I think learned advocate will consider, and learned advocates are judicious enough and intelligent enough, and they will conscious enough, and they will try, they will surely, I hope they will surely cast their ballot vote in favor of my ballot. My ballot number is 1. My name is Farhaduddin Ahmed Buye. I'm the candidate of assistant secretary in the upcoming Supreme Court Bar Association election. So one thing I also once again I also need to focus here is that the many problems, more particularly in the canteens, and many canteens and different stalls are allotted here in this premises, much up to the mark of the learned advocates, and they are just serving the proper delicious foods with affordable cost and so on. So if I can be elected by the learned advocates in the coming election, certainly I will in person visit the canteens every day and try to take notes on my personal diary and try to produce it in the executive committee meeting, and they will just try to take action against such kind of activities. It is my commitment actually. So we need to take the responsibility of making the things happen here inside this premises, and if we can do, then certainly we will have a very good peace in our mind, and we will be able to get a very good environment here in this premises. So we need not to lag behind our limitations at all. So another thing I need to mention, that is the cubicle. The principles and the rules of the cubicle allotment is questionable, and it is totally controversial, and it is not acceptable at all. The way the cubicles are being allotted in favor of the learned advocates is not that much fair to and impartial, being biased, being politically motivated. The learned advocates, some of the learned advocates are being able to get the allotment of the cubicles that is completely criticized by the learned members of the senior members of the Bar Association. We know very well that learned members of this Bar Association and senior members of Bangladesh Supreme Court Bar Association, we know very well that there is a provision here in our constitution of the Supreme Court Bar Association regarding the allotment of the cubicles, but it should have to be and followed strictly, but by passing that constitutional rules, the elected body now and then try to allot the cubicles to their near and dear one, to their fan and fellow and their political supporters and the activists. That should have to be curtailed in no time, and without having any delay it has to be enforced and executed. This is the demand of the learned advocates, and this is the common interest of the learned advocates of this bar association. So apart from that, I think that there is assorted type of problems are problems that are sticking together with us. So we are not caring for that, solving that kind of problems. That is the main problem actually. So we don't have the commitment for the greater interest of the learned advocates. It should not be actually. We will be the trustee if I can be elected. I will be the trustee of the learned advocates. So I should have to make sure to preserve the trust of the learned advocates by providing services, dedicated services for the greater interest and welfare of the learned advocates. But what we see here in this bar association, the learned try to implement their political agenda that is very bad, and that should be discouraged from every part and every core chamber of the heart of the learned advocate. So I think that learned advocate will never misuse their voting right, and learned advocate will try and will surely make sure their voting right in favor, cast their vote in favor of the learned advocate or in favor of the candidate who will be able to preserve their right, will be able to work for them in the after being elected. So that should be the commitment of the learned advocate. And if I can be elected as an assistant secretary, from my core chamber of the heart, from the core chamber of my heart, I can give you the surety or the guarantee or the surety that yes, from morning to evening, I will try to continue my services for the greater interest of the learned advocates and the legal fraternity at all, side by side my professional duties. So this was actually a focus for what is on. I'm just contesting here in the upcoming election as an assistant secretary. So it is in fact a matter of great regret that most of the learned advocates think positively sometimes when they sit in a round table discussion, when they sit in a very friendly environment or very homely environment, or when they talk we talk in different political meeting or different seminars, symposium, conference, or somehow like even an own try to utter the word that yes, we need to work impartially, we need to utilize our intellectual properties, and we need to work for the betterment of our profession, we need to save our dignity. But when the election comes, when their political leaders seek vote, then they forget about their past thinking and so on. They set aside their thinking and they just cast their ballot vote to politically nominated leaders and so on. They don't think that whether they will keep their false assurance, they will keep their assurance, or they will preserve their rights or not after being elected. They forget about the matter, and that is very crucial matter. That is very shameful for us. That is not exactly expected from the learned advocates and the senior members of this bar association. So we should have to be true to our word. We cannot play the double standard. What we think, we need to express it through our ballot. What we utter in different public meeting or public speaking, we need to reflect at the time of our election at all. So what we are doing is double standard. It should not be continuing, as because learned advocates are much more conscious about their rights and dignity at all. So my humble appeal to all the learned advocates of this bar association is that if you, the learned advocate, cast your ballot vote in favor of me. My ballot number is 1. I am contesting here in the Supreme Court Bar Association election as an Assistant Secretary. My name is Farhaduddin Ahmed Bhuiya. I repeat, my name is Farhaduddin Ahmed Bhuiya. My ballot number is 1. I'm the candidate for the post of Assistant Secretary. I most humbly solicit your vote, support, and sympathy to do something better for the legal fraternity, to make sure the eradication or the washing away, the rooting out the irregularities from these premises. This is my ultimate goal, nothing more than that. I don't have any want and demand from any political party. I need to clarify it to all the learned advocates and senior members of this bar association. I don't have any hanker after wealth. I don't have any intention to be involved with any political party in the coming days, in the coming years at all. So that is why I have tried to clarify my position for what reason I have been the independent candidate here in the Supreme Court Bar Association election. As it is, more or less you will be agreed with me that if someone tries, if someone puts hard labor, if someone have such kind of quality and intellectual property, and if someone maintains the honesty, sincerity and integrity, will certainly get the shelter from the Almighty, will get the shelter and blessing from the Almighty Allah. So no one will be able to crawl him, no one will be able to chase him, no one will be able to peddle him if Allah saves someone. So I believe on that, and that's why I strongly believe that learned advocate will cast their ballot vote when they will go to the polling center. They will go to the go for casting their ballot vote. At last but not the least, I would like to request to all the learned advocate and the senior members of this bar association to stand against corruption and to root out the towers, breakers and the middlemen. Let us be united. Let us work together. Let us save our professional dignity. Let's work together. We don't want to make the differentiation here. We don't want to make variation here. We want to work together. We are learned advocates. We are in a very, very elite society. We are in a very, very elite association of this country. So we should have to think about our rights. We should have to think about our professional existence. We need to think about our professional dignity at all. I'm giving much more priority to my professional dignity, as because I have come here in this profession having high standing among long cherished dreams at all. So that should be given much more priority and value. So my submission to all the learned advocate is to consider my appeal to give me vote here in the upcoming election in my ballot number 1. I'm contesting here in this Bar Association election as an Assistant Secretary. My name is Farhaduddin Ahmed Bhuiya. Thank you very much. Hope to see you again with all of you. So I think that you will never make me frustrated. You will all the time give me support. You will all the time give me your love and affection, so that I can just move faster. I can just raise such kind of voice with manifold power, manifold speed, and manifold energy, so that another learned advocate can have the thinking in their mind and mind that yes, time has come to do something better for our learned advocate. We need to bring back our professional dignity and the conventional dignity of this bar association, the dignity and the history of this bar association. All the tradition of this bar association election was not like this, which was earlier. Very, very appreciable and praiseworthy. The legendary and landmark learned advocates have become the members, have become the president, have become the secretary of this bar association. They were unique. They had been working in a very, very unique position. They would stand in a unique platform when the question would arise regarding the dignity and the development of the learned advocates profession. So nowadays all these are being about to disappear from our mind. So we need to stick together with that spirit that yes, we are united. We will withstand all will snap on our legal fraternity. We will never spare them who will just try to peddle our professional dignity. Thank you very much. Thank you all. Thank you all learned advocates. Thank you all the learned senior members of this Bar Association. At the very bottom line of my speech, I would like to draw your kind attention that my learned friends and senior members of this Bar Association, I most humbly solicit your ballot vote in my ballot number 1. I'm contesting as an Assistant Secretary in the Bangladesh Supreme Court Bar Association election. My name is Farhaduddin Ahmed Buye. I am the first position in the ballot that will be appeared in the polling center. My ballot number is 1. My name is Farhaduddin Ahmed Buye. I'm from Brahmanbaria, though I live in Dhaka, and I have been sticking to God with this profession since 2008, and I have got enrolled in the High Court Division in 2012, and I have been working here since from morning to evening. So I don't have any profession other than this, and I don't have any alternative profession. So I just try to dedicate my 10% of time and quality time around the clock actually. So I'm giving you the surety and the guarantee that yes, if you elect me as an Assistant Secretary, I will surely stand by all of you and try to dispose of all sorts of pending issues which are related with our professional dignity and corruption at all. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Assalamu alaikum.